Yeah, we're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up in the headlines, after sweeping the Guineas and Midsummer Classic, can she become the first filly to be a Triple Crown winner at TNT's Santa Rosa Park? Jockey Rey Williams and trainer Andre Medford celebrate a first Barbados Derby win. The latest from Jamaica's Caymanas Park. And a thrilling King George and Queen Elizabeth QIPCO stakes from Ascot in England. Kicking off from the Garrison Savannah, home of the Barbados Derby.
Shown live Tuesday on SportsMax, a full field of 12 for the Visit Barbados Derby, including number 16 Matilda, the Midsummer Classic winner with Rashid Hughes aboard. The 8-horse Hot Stepper second at long odds in the Midsummer. Social Media, the 10-horse, a winner last time out in mid-June. And number 11, the Guineas winner Let It Be Me, who was a disappointing 5th in the Midsummer. There's the field and the odds on leading betting contenders. Number 8 Hot Stepper and the 10-horse Social Media joint second favourites at 9-2, 7-1 on number 11 Let It Be Me, and number 16 Matilda is the even money favourite with Rashid Hughes aboard for trainer Victor Cheeseman, who comes in having won 5 of the previous 9 Barbados Derby races. In the com box, Dean Springer watching them pass the stands for the first time with a 50-1 outsider Northern Lady setting the pace. The favourite Matilda with Hughes in grey silks racing in 6th.
Northern Leader leads from on the outside, Let It Be Me. Down the inside is Pace. Order of St. George, Priscilla between horses. Towards her outside, 3 wide is Matilda. Amaretta being niggled along is 4 wide. They head towards a 5 furlong marker. And it is Northern Lady. That lead comes right back down to just about a length. On the outside, Let It Be Me and Ricky Walker going up. Also taking closer orders, Amaretta. Between horses is Priscilla. Towards the outside of Priscilla is Matilda. As they round the far turn, Hardy's Dream is next one through. Down the inside, Social Media goes nicely. As they round the far turn, the half mile completed in 50 and 3, 6 furlongs in 1:21 and 4. They're at the top of the hill. They go past Brigade House. It is Let It Be Me who's just the leader. Social Media races in second. Amaretta is third. Matilda has 5 lengths to find. That's the first 4 with a quarter mile left to travel. It's Let It Be Me as Social Media comes sweeping by. It's Social Media who opens up by 2. Let It Be Me is in second. Amaretta staying on. Here's Hot Stepper with a grand run. And there are no more turns in the Derby. And Social Media is in command. On the outside, Hot Stepper trying to close. This Social Media from Hot Stepper. Social Media staying on resolutely and is going to win the Derby. Social Media, what a performance, is going to win the Derby. Wins it now, the rider celebrates.
A massive story this for the 9-2 bet. Social Media did not race in the earlier legs of the Triple Crown Series, the Guineas or the Midsummer. Gets only a second win in 7 lifetime starts, but delivers big time for the winning combination. 33-year-old trainer, part owner and breeder Andre Medford with his first ever Derby entry, and jockey Rey Williams, the 2017 Sovereign Award winner as Canada's outstanding apprentice rider, a Barbados Derby winner now in his 3rd try.
I didn't really get a good break away from there. I thought I was behind the 8 ball a bit, but then he was traveling so easy, I just didn't want to be stuck on the rail. So I had the word of confidence in this horse. He's been training great. He's been working beautifully up to this point, so I just knew if I could just take over at the right time and just be a little patient, don't be too anxious. It worked out great, all thanks to God above, and hopefully we can do it again next year.
From the 4th furlong, when you see he start to move, because on morning workouts that really get aggressive, so once you see him moving in the race, they know he ain't gonna start moving. You know what I mean? So the rest is history.
By in 1 out of the Happy Members Mare, Are You Serious? It's Star Empire's Social Media by a length and a quarter over Hot Stepper with the favourite Matilda 3rd. The winning time for 10 furlongs, 2 minutes 18.80 seconds. Also a first Derby win this for groom Wilbert Byfield, who is from Jamaica.
Barbados Racing mourning this week the passing of a former top jockey turned trainer Ricky Griffith after battling ALS disease for several years. He died Tuesday in Canada at age 58. Ironically, just a day after the passing of the racehorse owner Philip Mosley, who Griffith had won the 1986 Barbados Derby for with Paddy Bird. Let's check out some TNT racing now at Santa Rosa Park, where the Midsummer Classic was contested on Tuesday.
3 scratches leaving 6 starters for the second leg of the TNT Triple Crown Series. Number 3, the undefeated Guineas winner in the headlines, the 3-5 favourite, 3-1 on the number 6 horse, the Guineas runner-up Theory of Colours, and the 8 horse Hello World, the 8-5 second favourite. His first outing for the year because of an injury setback after his big win in the St James St Anne Stakes for 2-year-olds last December. For the 9.5 furlong run, taking off the turf onto the main track, the top four headed by the favourite, bunching down the backstretch under the gaze of race caller John Rupert.
In the headlines on Hearts Gap, that's the top two. Hello World is right there with them. After Hello World comes Theory of Colours, then Angry Bird and Beep Beep is backing off the pace. 800 metres to race in the Midsummer Classic. And in the headlines, Sticks Her Head in front. Stablemate Hello World is going at her. In the headlines, Hello World. Hearts Gap is back to third. Theory of Colours is now getting the hurry up there by Neela to take closer order. Looks very dangerous on the far side. And then we come back to Angry Bird and Beep Beep. They come up from the far turn in the Midsummer Classic. In the headlines, continues to head them. Hello World is in second. Theory of Colours is coming on into third. Hearts Gap is fourth. Into the home stretch they come. And in the headlines has brought them there. Lead by 5 lengths. In second spot is Hello World. Then comes Theory of Colours. Staying on from the back of the pack there is Hearts Gap, but it's in the headlines and she is sprinting clear. And in the headlines is going to go on now for the Derby. She's going to win the Midsummer and is on to Triple Crown glory for the Derby in the headlines in the Midsummer Classic.
So she won the Guineas in May by 7 1/4 lengths and was just as dominant in the Midsummer Classic score by 5 1/4 lengths under apprentice Tristan Phillips. The TNT Derby, which O'Brien has won the last 3 years in a row and a record 10 times, is set for the 25th of September. And if In the Headlines wins that 10 furlong classic, she will become the first filly to capture the Triple Crown at Santa Rosa Park and would also give O'Brien a second Triple Crown win in 4 years after Wise Guy in 2020. The Arima Business Association Midsummer Classic to the latest stables owned In the Headlines as the 3 to 5 favourite, now 4-0 by headline news out of the Precise Sweet Mare. Beast Passion In the Headlines wins ahead of Hello World in a 1-2 John O'Brien finish, clocking 2:03.50 for 9.5 furlongs for groom Richard William John.
To Jamaica now to check in on horse racing at Caymanas Park Saturday and Tuesday's Emancipation Day holiday card. First Saturday, where leading trainer Jason Acosta was eyeing a 3rd consecutive win in the Eros Trophy, having won in 2021 with Eagle One and King Arthur last year.
King Arthur back this year, but way off the pace. Acosta's other entry here is I Am Fred, the even money favourite on a 4-race winning streak under leading jockey Ryan Lewis in the Red Silks, chasing in second. But Lewis is vigorously rousing the 5-year-old gelding, while the leader Runaway Algo's rider Radish Roman is only coasting and about to assert himself.
It's a Runaway Algo in the blue silks at the top of the lane, a 1/4 mile. Can they catch this? A Runaway Algo. I Am Fred is trying hard to do so. Mahogany right alongside, and forget King Arthur, but Runaway Algo continues the run up front inside the final furlong. Can they catch Runaway Algo, enjoying a 4-length lead? I Am Fred running on the spot with Mahogany. It's a Runaway Algo in the Eros Trophy. The Sneaky Fox, Radish Roman, using the hands alone, they win by 5 or more over I Am Fred.
4 trophy wins in his last 6 starts. Runaway Algo. Before this, he was winner of the Linda Della Penna, Seeking My Dream, and Thunderbird Trophy races, all those by 12 lengths. 9 wins now in 18 lifetime starts for Landmark Farms' Runaway Algo, sweeping the Eros by 7 widening lengths under Radish Roman for trainer Dale Murphy. The favourite I Am Fred second, the winning time 1:26 3/5 for 7 furlongs. Tuesday's main event at Caymanas Park was the 19th running of the BGLC Trophy race, and what a finish we had. It looked really unlikely that Richard Azan's Perfect Brew would win from here, but he did, closing rapidly late race under champion jockey Dane Dawkins.
God of Love battling them off. Yellowstone down against the rail, possibly 3 or 4 lengths separates them. Lure of Lucy asked to come on late, but at the moment showing no sign as they're inside the final furlong. It is God of Love with the lead. Yellowstone continues the battle down against the rail. A God of Love pushed out by Anthony Alling, beginning to tie up Yellowstone, and Perfect Brew come flying home, and Perfect Brew will win it.
Dane Dawkins on a 3-timer Tuesday afternoon. Perfect Brew at 6-1 odds by 1 3/4 lengths for trainer Richard Azan, who also part owns the 4-year-old gelding, who gets his second win from 7 starts this year, clocking 1:08 even for 5.5 furlongs.
Finally, the King George and Queen Elizabeth QIPCO Stakes at Ascot was the UK's biggest horse race this past weekend, shown live on SportsMax.
Some big names in the £1.2 million event over 1.5 miles, including Coronation Cup winner Emily Upjohn with Frankie Dettori aboard, and the favourite Ran Mooresmount, double Derby champion Epsom and Irish August Rodin. But they were off the board in a thriller, approaching the last 2 furlongs. A riveting race unfolding with any of the front 6 here with a great shot at winning.
Luxembourg on the inside, up the centre, Westover, Huckham and King of Steel now begin their charges. Westover leads in the King George, Huckham with over a leg to find, then King of Steel, Huckham coming at Westover, on the inside King of Steel, three of them inside the final furlong, it's Huckham and Westover, the King George between the pair, Huckham and Westover locked together, a titanic battle, Huckham edgy ahead climbs out, and it's Huckham's King George.
A riveting finish for the fans. Unfortunately, winning jockey Jim Crowley was hit days later with a 20-day ban for breaking whip rules here. Crowley was found to have used his whip 9 times inside the last 2 furlongs, 3 over the allowable limit for flat riders. Who come by ahead in the King George at 13-2 odds for trainer Owen Bars. Westover second, the winning time for the 12 furlong trip, 2:33.95.
Our usual statistical update before we go. In the past week since our last show, Caribbean racing men winning 76 races in the USA and Canada. Among them, the Jamaican Neville Stevenson winning the Manitoba Oaks at Assiniboia Downs on Wednesday night. The Barbadian jockey Rocco the Jocko Boyne had 3 wins at Emerald Downs on Saturday, another win on Sunday, and he won twice at Thistledown in the past week. Barbadian Sappy Joseph Jr., leading trainer at Gulfstream Park in Florida, where he won 4 races over the past week. And at Grand Prairie in Canada, there were stakes wins for the Jamaican riders Orlando Foster and Laris Allen, and Trinidad and Tobago's Kishon Balgobin. We've been at the track covering top stories and exciting races in the Sport of Kings. Check us out again next week.